for 73 years or whatever the hell it's been.
Yeah, but they are.
Basically, there's nothing. They release and there's nothing there, so basically you cannot take the L.
That's
Yeah.
dud.
God wills it.
I was hoping there would be a little bit more juicy,
A little bit of drama.
Well, they haven't released everything.
Okay,
very anticlimactic.
I'm gonna ask Rock.
What about the Epstein files? Did they release that too?
No, they need to protect the victims.
Yeah,
Israel, yeah, that's what I said.
Just got suicided.
Israel's the eternal victim, don't you know?
Really?
Do you think that this woman really committed suicide, Augustus?
No, she got suicided. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Like, they staged it.
Well, I don't know. Like, I have heard that there was enough for her to be completely depressed, like she had a big accident and she was like into antidepressants and a lot of stuff. Like, her life wasn't exciting necessarily.
She literally had to put out a release saying, if I die, I didn't kill myself.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did
but that
do
was years before. Conditions can change.
Oh. Yes, of course.
What's this though? Which
Yeah.
We know name?
Jew-free. No pun intended.
Jew-free?
Yeah, that's right.
Victoria something, right?
Is that really her name?
That's her name. Yeah.
Jew-free. Sounds made up.
I know. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Did you know that
she did not commit suicide, but all I'm saying is that, I'm not saying that she for sure committed suicide, but there were many reasons why she could have,
Yeah. There are many reasons. Yes, I think what they do, their favorite one is the one, have you guys seen Michael Clayton?
No.
No. Of course not, because no one in Clubhouse watches movies. Somehow those movies generate hundreds of billions of dollars, but nobody here watches them.
Wait, it was called Michael Clayton?
Yes, it's a movie with George Clooney. It won an Oscar.
Only Maxette and you are cinephiles here.
I mean, I don't know if it's a cinephile. Like, millions and millions of people have watched the Star Wars movies. He's not like...
I have not.
I hear it. I understand. It's just always kind of
Augustus,
weird to talk to people.
Oh, you know what was really good that just came out? House of David.
Augustus, I'm running for Congress, so I wanted to ask you if I could pay you to show me how to make those videos, because I can't afford to hire you, but I can afford to maybe pay you for an hour of your time.
Yeah, I'll do that. You got my number if you want to set something up.
He wants to make some satanic
Okay.
videos. Remember when he hired you for that? For the satanic art?
No.
I think it's great that you're running. I think it's great
Yeah,
that you're running.
exactly. Augustus, help him. We need effort in Congress. Imagine him trolling the liberal.
Right.
I think it's great. I think more people need to do what he's doing.
What's up with Rashawn? Is he doing okay?
He went deep into the mountain, into the witch rabbit hole.
Is he alright? I know he
Is
has
he
some...
still counting witches in Washington?
Yeah.
Well, I hope he's okay. I've met him. He was... Well, I don't want to dox him. He was close to me. But,
Yeah, I did like him a lot as well, especially at the very beginning. We were very good friends. And we kind of like parted when he started becoming like all these witch hunter.
well, and the rooms just were... I mean, I don't want to talk about Christianity all day long. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. I just don't.
Leave that to the priests, am I right?
You know, he became like that, Holly, when he started hanging out with this guy, the creepy guy. What was his name?
Oh, yeah.
Silver
Star or
Star.
something?
Silver Star.
Silver Star.
Fucking
that got
Silver
weird.
Star.
It got weird. Prashant is fixated on the witch stuff. That's why I'm so curious what's going on with that.
It was
Every
Silver Star
man
who
has
started
made a
talking
witch.
about
I
this.
could call him.
It was Silver Star. Silver Star
Yeah, but it's
calling his
more
wife.
than that. There's more going on than that. I gotta call Prashant.
Every man has dated a witch,
Really? Have you?
one time or another.
Well,
Hell yeah.
do you know why witches don't wear
Prashant doesn't notice that there's good witches and bad witches.
witches don't wear underpants? It's better grip.
Have you dated witches, Daniel?
No. We don't have that in
Oh.
there.
Only their products.
I feel like Prashant started to get religious obsessed right around when he quit vaping. So I think that was his first mistake. Should have kept vaping.
Oh,
He
shit.
stopped drinking too. He probably should have kept drinking too. You've got to have vices, y'all. You've got to. If you
That's
normal.
exactly what a witch would say.
Balance, yeah. It gives you balance.
You got to be normal, y'all.
Oh, yo, I ain't gotten a call, but yeah, Prashant, he's doing good.
Oh,
Do
good.
you know how he got into the witch hunting, Augustus?
I don't know how exactly he got into it, but I remember it.
Was it because of Silver Star or was it before that? He was evil. I think he was satanic.
I do too.
What a weird dude, right?
Yeah.
Is Prashant still near me, Augustus, or did he move?
Nah, he moved.
Oh, bummer.
He was living in Washington, no?
I know, but then he moved to where I am. So I guess he left. Okay. I had a feeling he would stay.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
Is he still with his wife?
Nah.
Oh, no.
Good. That's good. Okay, that was kind of what I really was curious about. I had a feeling that had an expiration date.
Prashant,
The whole thing with the mother and stuff, right?
I'll be back.
when's your baby due, Augustus? When's you and your beautiful wife's baby coming?
I can't confirm nor deny anything.
Well,
Too early to talk about.
I am giving you an imaginary or what do you say? I suppose so. Congratulations, just in case. Oh, he went on the phone. Honey, are you working?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to Daniel. Are you working? It feels that you're absent.
Yeah, I'm just like here spiritually.
What about you, Holler, honey? Are you working?
I'm sitting here retweeting Donald Trump tweets like a good American.
That's good.
And then I have to call my home insurance provider because I had a massive flood and all my piping is ruined, my floor is ruined, my walls are ruined, everything is gone to shit. I should have winterized. I forgot.
Oh my God.
It was so cold I didn't want to do anything. I was stuck in a jacket.
Oh my God, it's so, but did it destroy your furniture?
No, it's a coach house. It's empty, but like a schmuck, I didn't winterize and I didn't have the heat on in the winter, so yeah. I had a loss of water pressure in my main house, and I was like, oh fuck, I got a problem. But little did I know I had a loss of water pressure because water was spraying out in the other house.
Oh shit.
So it was like 45 days of like water flowing, like the walls are just ruined. Everything is like fucked up. So I got to call the home insurance provider today and see what they
Why
say.
45 days? Couldn't they stop it before? Or you
I had
just
no
didn't
idea.
notice it?
I just didn't notice. Yeah. It was sleeping in my, in my undies and under the blankies in the cold winter.
So you need to get your pipes checked.
Gotta get my pipes cleaned.
Clubhouse is weird today.
It's over. The game is over.
You think it finally is over?
Yeah, in the summertime, it becomes dead. I think people just want to be outside and be away from cell
Well,
phones.
that would be a good thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, once this app like shuts down, I don't know. Did you go to the town hall yesterday on this app?
No, what did they say?
Nothing. The same shit they never talk about. I mean, just it's like they're like robots. They have no life in them. They don't even talk about anything specific. They're just like genericists.
But they're doing some changes, right? Because the app has been glitching. Meyer, come up.
Yeah. I was in a room yesterday actually that I got kicked out of, but then I was still in it. So I could listen to the
Yeah,
room
people-
even though I got kicked.
Do you use an iPhone? Did that happen to you in one of your iPhones or one of your Androids?
Android.
Yeah, that's what happens to Daniel. And then you appear in the audience again. But it's just that you have the preview feature on the hallway. So you can listen to rooms without entering them. But people see you in the audience.
Yeah. I don't know. The preview thing's annoying. It's like I turn my volume down now because I don't want there's rooms that I don't even want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel says it's very annoying. He also has an Android.
I don't know why they do that, but you know why they do it is because they want immediate dopamine creation. They're very smart. They don't want you to skip a beat.
They are so smart. No, I don't like this. Why I said, roll it out. Let's see what happens.
What do you think will happen? People will stop coming?
Either it will just kind of make people kind of go in and out of rooms without them even meaning, like all kinds of. People will they would kick out these rooms. They will wait because they don't know if the other person is still listening. And at the end, I guess it will be flooded with like stop that. It's annoying. Like you cannot have. If you open the app, it immediately start talking. Like it's annoying.
Also, without doing anything, you just open the app and you start hearing people?
Yeah, the first room on the like you get to the hallway, and after a second it starts playing, and then you scroll. Then once you stop scrolling, it plays whatever you're on.
Oh wow!
And you cannot there's like a mute button there, but they did like a sort of stupid UI. You need to mute each one independently, like there's a button for each one, but the mute is for all of them. It's a very weird concept.
Sister, she's going out of the hospital today.
What? Who?
My sister, she got surgery again.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk. And today she's leaving the hospital?
Yeah. She had
She's
surgery
with your
on
mother?
Monday.
With your mother?
Yeah, well, my mom is going to pick her up, but she's fine. She just had some preventative stuff.
And how's the mood?
Oh, she's happy. She's okay. We were laughing today. No, she's I admire her so much. She hasn't been like down or anything. She's got a brilliant attitude toward everything.
Yes, it's very important, the attitude, the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was afraid, at the beginning when she learned about diagnosis.
Of course. And it can bring you down, and you can also kind of have a different approach to it, and it makes a huge difference. What is your mood, I guess? If you're down, or you're hopeful, or you're you're like, I want to grab life, or I'm giving up on life. It's very different.
Yeah, no, but she always has been super happy and whatever. And yeah, yesterday she got her new boobs, and she also had other stuff removed, just as preventative,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but she's going out today. She wants to go.
She's going out of the hospital. I thought she's going out.
Yeah, out. She's going out of the.
She's going out to celebrate the new boobs today. Meet the girls.
The first time that she got surgery, and I was speaking to her. I was speaking to her right before they took her into the surgery, right? I'm like, okay, well, I'll talk to you then, and I'll see you, or I'll talk to you when you're on the other side. I wanted to say yeah, once you're over with this, but I said, yeah, I'll talk to you, or I see you on the other side. And she's like, what? What the fuck? No, I want to stay on this side. I don't know, but it was just so funny. And yesterday I was remembering it. I couldn't sleep because I was crying laughing. Because her reaction, she was like, what? No, I want to stay on this side. It was so much more funny in Spanish, but anyway. No, she's fine.
I need to go for 10-15 minutes.
It's okay, honey. I'll just boom the room. And I also need to go do a couple of proposals before today.
Alright, so I'll catch you later, honey.
Alright, honey. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Honey.
Everybody say goodbye to the room. Goodbye, room.
What about the cable jockeys? Wait. Say that again, T.
Is it how close your friend? Say he's a friend's brother who's really rich, and then he shits on people, something like that. Is it? Do you know about some actual experiences?
I have a friend that. Well, I have a friend that would mess around with certain Emiratis that were into that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So you do.
Now you know somebody.
Ooh, that makes him so great.
So wait a minute. What was he doing?
They were all running trains on each other.
Okay. All right, fair enough. That's kind of different.
That's a part of the party too. And let's talk about the Russian roulette. Have y'all heard of that?
No.
Okay, so roulette is when, now this is all in the Arabian folks, okay? This is the people with the coins. They invite somebody with an uncurable STD or STI, and that person, they come and you basically, it's a big orgy, and you guess you find out later who gets it. Or if you avoid it.
Why? That's so stupid.
So stupid.
Because they're humans, y'all. They're
read it on
humans.
Reddit.
This is what humans do. Humans want to die. Real talk. It's so strange.
Oh, God.
And you have to have a certain amount of money to even be considered to be invited.
So we went from drugs to shit.
To STDs.
You're killing it, T.
Yeah, I just. So this will be the title too. The only thing, so I know people will be people, right? And this is as disgusting as this is. The thing is,
and I forgot, they all have masks on, so you don't know their faces.
Yeah, I'm so what? They all have masks. Oh,
Yeah, at the roulette party, they all have masks.
I'm not going
stupid.
Like
I'm not doing
masquerade.
Yeah,
I'm not going
yeah. My point is, I can't believe there's nobody has said, oh, this is exaggerated. I hear this a lot. You know, people have told me, oh, you just fly over there. You know, that's it. I literally don't be on. I don't scroll through shit. You know, so I've heard it all the time on here. It's big. So, and then you guys tell me how big it is. Nobody wants to say how exaggerated it is. Every time we say something about anything crazy, it's like, yeah, it's a bit exaggerated. Now this time it is.
No, I've been to Dubai multiple times.
Oh, shit.
I don't come across. Now it's like maybe 4 times so far, and I never came across like a proposition. I think these are just pre-planned. No, I'm saying I think these are pre-planned. I don't know how they do the transaction. Like, you don't bump into people like that. First of all, Emirati men and women, they're like 10% of the population or less. They're not like 50 or 40%. These are small numbers. So when Faiza says it's a small world, it probably is true in the Emirati world. It's only 10% of them. The rest are foreigners. Maybe, I don't know. I'm assuming, I don't know.
They're also the freakiest.
for sure, for fact. How you know that?
Because I've been to some after parties and I saw
Some
some
of them
stuff
are.
and said, well, I gotta go.
And they're not cute.
What do you see?
These Emirati men are not cute. I'm sorry, Faiza. Like, they're not
They're
cute.
recording.
You know? And they're like short. Like, get away from me.
Not
What
on
did
the
you see?
recording. Not on the recording.
I don't know where you went to see ugly Emirati.
Girl, they're
but
ugly. I'm sorry.
What
No,
did you
get
see?
into the party. Get into the party. Fuck that.
No,
Fuck
I'm
that.
recording.
Who cares?
Wait, first, Corey, answer the damn question. Why do you always mispronounce my name?
Because I think you're at Diddy parties doing dirty shit.
What?
Okay,
Yeah,
I
if you
got
can't
a
tell us because we're in the same recorded room that you're in every goddamn day when you're telling us everything else about your white husband and shit like that and your dog, why is this such a secret? I'm confused. And I'm worried. You don't get to be confused. I'm confused.
No,
I'm not being confused. Why I don't say
Jazz, what's happening?
What is happening?
What's happening? Like,
One mic on Faiza. Well, 2 mics. One mic on Faiza. Another mic on Corey.
yeah, we
Stay out of this,
want to
okay?
know.
Let's
We
all
want to
mute
know
up.
what happened
Let's all
at
mute
the
up.
party. And I thought I answered your question yesterday, girl. And
No,
I've
you
been
didn't.
into this multiple times. I just say
no,
it,
you
girl. I've been
didn't.
saying your name like this on this app for years, and it just comes out the way it comes out. It's not.
Years?
6 months.
Yeah.
Wait, we knew each other for like 6 months. What's going on?
Wait,
Yesterday I asked you if you pronounced my name
I
wrong.
did not.
You
Wait.
intentionally pronounced
Pause.
it wrongly.
Pause.
Y'all know each other?
Either in Jazz's room or the anti-socialite, somewhere else. But we've definitely been on this app before RPO, so that's not true. That's one.
No, I remember you.
Right. And you have remembered me. Like, even when you first came in RPO and I was in here, you was like, oh my God, I didn't know you were in here. Like, that was literally a conversation that we've had in here. But regardless, girl, your name, it just comes out. I promise you I'm not putting as much energy or focus on it as you think. What I am putting focus and energy on is what the fuck happened at the party. And why can't you say it? Because the room is recorded as it always is any other time you tell them business. If you can't say what happened at the party, tell me why you can't. That's what I want to know.
Because there's certain things I don't talk about online because I still have family back in the UAE. That's it. That's all. And I don't want to speak on certain things that's recorded. And the question that I asked you today is if you intentionally mispronounced my name, and you said yes.
Sure.
But then I asked why, and you're
Because
like,
you keep asking me the same question, so at this point, yeah, girl, sure.
All right, look. So FAI.
Nothing. I'm answering your question. What do you mean? What's going on?
It's fine. It's
So
fine.
the reason why, right, Pfizer, FAI is like
No, it's fine.
5. Or it's like, okay, hold on.
Look, I'm not about to do the
Faiza.
shit now.
All you gotta
I'm
do
sitting
is
talking
just,
to you about shit.
all you gotta do is just train your brain. Come up with like a mnemonic. I don't know what that is. All right, just that's what I had to do. Because I had to take Phasia. Because I had a friend named Phasia.
Cora.
Call her
Right,
Cora.
just know
I
what
can
Like,
call
if you
Corey.
call Cora.
Just
I get
figure out.
called Corey
I just had to-
and all kind of shit. So So I don't give a
Yeah,
goddamn.
I just have to figure out
Or
how
yeah,
to
Bama.
get rid of the A. It works for me.
Yeah.
Pfizer.
Get rid of the A.
Yes. Phi.
So I associate almost like with Asian, like Dai, D-A-I, Phi, F-A-I.
See, she learned a new language to say your name. See?
I had
Me?
a Vietnamese friend,
Almost
his name
everything
was
good.
Dai Nguyen.
But about these shit parties.
If you spell it differently,
But like,
you know?
the parties though, going back to that, yeah. I want to know too.
I put the I put some links in the chat from
I'm
Reddit,
just shook
and
to take you as a girl that would even be at those parties. So I'm like, damn.
I also have a post that I wasn't able to share that
She may not.
that I
Decent grade of hair. We're all tall. We all look like little models and shit like that. That's what I want to see in all of my people, all of my children. And as time goes on, it'll be 100 or 1,000 of them, and they will say, "Oh, those are the lions."
It's always past the lion time, bro. It's always past the lion time.
Did you say y'all look like models?
Hey, come on, disability, bro.
Yeah, no.
Don't play in the truth, bro.
They kicked me. Why did she kick? Why did she kick?
I can't say what I've seen because it's.
I thought you were asking for
So
details.
what made you
and whatnot.
leave?
That's why I
What
didn't wanna
made
get
you
into it.
leave?
She
Exactly.
can't tell us. That's what she can't tell us.
I'm just curious.
Are y'all socially fucking inept today?
No, I really want to know.
Yeah, she cannot say. And she
I mean, she
explained
left.
Fine.
She's alright.
Huh?
She left. She left in time.
She's
fine
right
now.
there.
if she's concerned,
Left
she
in
still has
France.
family.
This
There's
is
no
what
family
made-
there. Oh, you're ignorant.
Oh, you're ignorant.
You're just agreeing with us. You're just saying, yes, there is a passage in the Quran that says martyrs will get up to 72 virgins, right? So that's it. That's what the whole discussion was about at the beginning, right? That's it.
Okay, fine.
What are you even saying? What is Islam even? I don't understand.
No, you don't understand, then you have to put into effort to understand something. If you don't understand, if you don't want to understand, then it's a different story.
Different means? What does different mean? I don't understand what different means. And story, what does story mean? I don't understand. What does story mean? I don't understand what story means.
Story means story or story.
What is the difference? What does the word difference mean? I don't understand.
Difference means which is not same.
What does same mean? I don't understand what same means.
Which is the opposite of different.
But I don't understand what different means.
Yeah, repeat yourself. See, this is what you can come up with the maximum. I was expecting something better.
What does expecting mean? I don't understand what expecting means. Okay, what I'm doing right now is speaking.
You're back. You ran away in between us.
It's ridiculous. Your dialectical style is ridiculous. You just keep saying words mean. It's ridiculous. Just stop saying you don't know what words mean.
Sam is the worst
It's
kind of...
stupid to do. It's stupid to do this. So stop.
You sound like my
This is a message from People's Gas. We're calling to remind you about your appointment on Thursday between 8 a.m. and noon.
So
If you haven't yet scheduled an appointment
it is
with us,
silly to just keep asking what words mean in a sort of silly way. And I was making fun of it.
Yeah, you ran away.
What does hoary mean? What is hoary? What is this word? What is it?
You're the one who ran away, you bitch.
I mean, what I actually did was start a room on Turkish nationalism because there's a guy in Basset very funny to talk to. And I wanted to talk. And also, just not wanting to speak to like actual gorillas is not the same as running away. Not on here, it's not. I don't know if Robin and Andrew are here, but there's a guy named Vasset who has some interesting things to say. Maybe you should.
Sorry, Sam, what was that?
There's a guy named Vasset in the chat who has some interesting views. Perhaps we should just talk to him.
He can come up if he wants to.
Did you invite him up?
Kirk, I think he's been invited. I'll invite him again.
Turks don't need permission to get on stage. If they want to be on here, they'll take.
Yeah, send him an invite, Sam.
I think Mark wants to discuss. If he comes up, I think Mark has some questions for him.
Well, I mean, I was talking to him fairly extensively in the chat a while ago.
I
think you've reached a place of mutual understanding.
All right. So what is? Can you ask me what you didn't know about his views, and then what his understandings are?
Well, we found the security exploit in his view, and got Jews into the Turkic club, so we're going to be safe from the genocide.
But he was saying that the Jews are too interbred to count as Turks. Did he change his views on that?
I don't know. I just said I was 100% Turkic Ashkenazi according to 23andMe.
He's literally a guy who thinks that Turkish people include the Native Americans and the Vikings and the Jews, or used to include the Jews, and that he wants to genocide everyone who's not Turkic. He thinks all the non-Turks should be genocided.
Alrighty, if you want to speak to a lunatic, that's up to you, but...
No. I was just letting you know that that's who we're talking about. I don't actually think he has interesting things to say. He's just letting you know who this lunatic is.
So frequentism is the view that like we need multiple trials to determine like probabilities. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so like I have an intuition that like so you know the coin example where it's like, you know, you have a fair coin or whatever, and without like, you know, like giving it its like prior probability or whatever without posteriori examples, you're going to say 50-50, but like you don't know if the coin's like weighted or not, right? So like the trials actually matter in determining the frequency, right? So like I'm kind of partial to that example. What's wrong with that?
I think a Bayesian wants to say something like this, that when you flip a coin, if you had better knowledge while you were flipping it, like if you could see the dynamics of it in the air, and we're really good at predicting physics, it wouldn't have a 50-50 chance of landing head or tails. Like the fact that you don't know whether it's 50-50 is like an epistemic limitation, but you could be smarter. And then when you flip the coin, it wouldn't be the case that it was a 50-50 chance. I think that's a lot of what Bayesians would say, that there's like, it's not actually a fact about the coin, but it's 50-50 or anything like that.
No, but like the point of like the weighted coin thing is that like you just imagine that you don't know if it's weighted or not, right? So like, how are you going to determine the things like prior probability, quote unquote, without like posteriori examples of trials, right? Because like if it is in fact weighted, it's just always going to land heads, right? Which is not what you would expect from a fair coin, like a priori, like, you know, not a priori, prize, but prior probability.
No, I was talking about in the case where it's a fair coin. Even fair coins don't. When you flip a fair coin, it's not the case that one of them leaves your hand. There's like a 50-50 chance of it going head or tails. You just can't tell which way it's going to land. But you could get more evidence about which way it's going to land. So like, there's a sense in which this is just a state of your ignorance. You don't know which way it's going to land when you flip it. So that's like one thing the Bayesians are pointing to. And then I think that a lot of the people the Bayesians want to say is like, listen, you have priors for all sorts of things, not just things that have like objective frequencies. You can have like priors on all sorts of things. You can do Bayesian update on all of them, and that's fine.
No, I know that. I'm just wondering, like I just don't see what's wrong with the frequent disposition. That like we do need trials to determine probabilities, like at least in some sense, like yeah, like I don't know. Like you need trials. In the example I gave, you need trials to determine like whether or not the coin is fair or unfair, right?
And I agree with that. But I mean, you want to flip the coin a bunch of times to give evidence for whether it's fair or not.
But then, like, you just can't, like, so, like, it seems like frequentism is right in some sense. Like, you just can't determine, like, the quote-unquote prior probability of, like, whether or not the coin's fair or unfair, right? The prior probability of, like, flipping heads or tails. You can't really determine that without trials.
Mark, what saith you?
Apologies, I was distracted on my computer. What was the question?
Mills is curious about frequentism versus Bayesianism, and that whether or not aren't the frequentists right that you need a trial of coins to know whether a coin is a fair coin, and that like why would you even have a prior whether the coin's fair or not before you flip the coin?
Well, a few things. I mean, the question is ambiguous. Like, we could be talking about Bayesianism versus frequentism in like formal epistemology versus in like more pragmatically oriented statistics, where like in the latter, basically Bayesians just prefer one set of statistical methods and frequentists prefer another, but that's probably not the kind of distinction you're interested in. It's also ambiguous because both Bayesians and frequentists will say that it's a good idea to start flipping a coin to figure out, in some sense, figure out the probability. Like the information is very valuable. Where they differ in the purely epistemological sense is that frequentists tend to think that like the meaning of the probability of the coin being fair has something to do with the frequencies of heads versus tails. So, like, absent any flips, it becomes unclear how to even talk about what the probability is or isn't. And there are things they can do to try to patch this up. But with Bayesians, they would probably want to say that if you haven't flipped the coin yet, it's true that you don't have any data to work on, but you might know something about like the symmetries of the coin, and you want to try to probably tie that to some sort of like version of a principle of indifference, where if you have a bunch of outcomes which are symmetric in some epistemically relevant way, then you should assign them equal credence.
Do you have an opinion, Mark? Like, do you think because I think I'm partial to the frequentist position. Like, I just think I couldn't know whether it's a loaded or unloaded coin. Like, even like I could apply the principle of indifference, but that might give me the wrong answer on the loaded coin.
Well, I do have an opinion. I'm definitely some sort of orthodox Bayesian, but the word "know" here is somewhat loaded. Bayesians aren't saying they know for a fact that the coin.
Yeah, I'm not saying I know fair. Either. I'm just saying.
Right, they're just saying it's a good idea to have this credence, which will then assuredly be updated in some way upon contact with the data.
Flipping, yeah.
But you don't need any data to start with.
Is the point there just like
good opinion?
Is the point there like it's just useful to like have this type of like prior probability, and like you can just apply the principle of indifference, and like obviously it's not always going to get you like the correct quote unquote answer or whatever. But the frequentist doesn't seem to have the same sort of like stance on like same sort of ability to like generate reasonable prior probabilities, and that's why you like.
I don't think frequentists really want to talk about
priors at all. Yeah.
In this relevant sense. They will in a in a more sort of mathematical or operational sense, but they mean something less interesting and less controversial than what Bayesians mean in this specific context. That said, I mean, the grand sort of schema of criticism that Bayesians have towards frequentists is that really they need priors, like,
that's what I was trying to
really get anywhere, and that if they think they don't have any, it's only because they're sort of in some way smuggling them under the hood and then declaring them not to exist.
Okay.
But they are necessary.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to.
Also, Bill, there's a difference between a subjective Bayesian who thinks that just all
priors on your opinion or an objective Bayesian. Yeah, more of the difference.
Yeah. Mark, I lean towards objective Bayesianism because I care a lot about these principles of indifference and trying to match priors to frequencies. And oftentimes the frequencies for me can be really abstract things I don't know, how often when big guys fight with little guys, do big guys win? And they can be but I try to get as close to it as possible. As,
I'm subjectively bored right now.
With some frequency for it. And does that just make me a frequentist who just allows sloppier frequencies to count as frequencies that are relevant?
Mm-hmm.
I like the frequency kind of description because everyone's energy is so different, and if you actually read it, I don't know, you see different things in people. You see beyond the veilment.
This is a very unexpected direction.
Mark, we answer a question. Let's answer the question.
Well, frequency could mean frequency of a wavelength, right?
Exactly.
Not the quantum.
No, Mark.
Not quantum. You're saying people are just giving off vibrations and stuff. That's a wave.
No, yeah.
Hold on. I had a question. Clever. If I had a question for Mark, I would like that answered.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, Bayesians are going to agree that in the vast majority of real world cases, we have to rely on heuristics. Bayesianism is definitely an ideal theory that is not in the sort of naive form appropriate to highly computationally bounded agents such as ours. Kind of analogous to the way that, maybe the mathematically optimal chess strategy is brute forcing a trillion moves in advance, but humans can't actually do that. And so, there's a few limited scenarios where we can apply brute force, but usually we have to rely on heuristics, which we have to hope approximate in some way. That's hard to pin down the actual optimal technique, which is, very different.
The chances of you seeing this YouTube short are super rare. There's over 100.
You should would approach that in a different way. They'd want to say, if in the cases where it makes sense to fire
what if you could boost your
then they're going to want to say, oh, well, the prior is such that, the prior is sort of flexible enough and, non-dogmatic enough, sort of neutral enough that it will learn rapidly from the data such that it won't take you very many trials or observations until the shape of the distribution converges into a very sharp peak around the frequency you've observed. So the actual kind of OG toy model case of this is called the rule of succession. So and I mean, it's not taken all that seriously, including by its inventor, but one of the greatest mathematicians of the 18th century, Pierre-Simon de Laplace, wondered if he could calculate the probability that the sun will rise tomorrow. And of course, he couldn't exactly, but he wanted to, ask himself, if I put some very minimal, unrealistic assumptions on it, can I calculate the probability? So he assumes that there's a certain probability p between somewhere of the sun rising every day, each day. It's between 0 and 1. And then he asks he says, okay, I don't really feel like I know much about what that probability is before looking at any sunrises or failures of the sunrise. So I'm just going to assume that the prior is uniform between 0 and 1. So for example, it's just as likely to be under 50% as it is to be over 50%. And then from that, given he observes that it rises, let's say, 1 million days in a row.
Tend to not like that. So I'm infamous from this school. So when somebody says,
what I've learned. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Nah, so I'm just saying, so when it comes to me and people being critical, it's expected. And if somebody got something nice to say, that's cool too. Like it's whatever, man.
It's very nice of you. You're a very humble man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Humility goes a long way in the good word.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm not humble. Fuck that. I don't give a shit. And I'm not modest at all.
I'm finna go walk my dog, man.
But if that's your dog, I suggest you go walk that bitch.
Is that dog walking you, or you walking the dog?
Yes. What's your name?
Whatever emotions you if that's your dog, I suggest you go train that bitch.
Kitover, do you feel like you lost the chunks?
Nah, I don't. I thought my material was better than his, but I'm cool with the L, cause you get an L. If you lose, you lose, regardless of how you feel. Lose. If you win, you win, regardless of how everybody feels. You win. So I personally feel it don't matter.
Got you.
Your opinion of yourself is worth a lot more than other people's opinions.
I don't know if he's a pimp named Slickback or a Reverend. When that battle is brought up. Right, Reverend. I say Chunk's got a dub. He beat.
Do you guys agree with me?
7:30.
Do y'all agree with me with when I say that battle rapping is a bunch of haters? You gotta be a hater to be able to battle rap. Because I don't like battle rapping, and I'm not that good at that because I don't know how to hate on people.
As a battle rapper, I do not agree with you. No.
We gotta answer very quickly. How you feel about the rap?
No, that's it.
I'll bet I'm putting $10 on the table right now. Who wants a battle rap on the spot?
That was dumb as hell.
No background music, no pre-recorded shit. Battle rap now. $10 cash app on the table.
That's cool. I got my answer.
Speaking of money on the floor,
I got my answer.
I'm supposed to be. Well, I'm not going to, but I got offered $10,000.
Nobody. So what? How many times? You said that. I heard you saying that shit for
excited, and I'm gonna say it to the top of the ceiling. Cause I'm proud of that. I'm proud of myself.
Go do it.
Vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
Thank you, London.
That's not a compliment. I don't think.
Wait, what are you talking about, wifey?
She said vanity. What did you say?
I said vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
Oh, I thought you were talking to comedy.
No, but I am conceited though.
I am too. I'm a narcissist. I'll be the first to admit it.
Who is that? Who is that, man? Talk of that. Who is that, man?
I'm the best rap battler in the world. Funny with the money. Oh, you got me mistaken, honey. I don't want to rape you. I just want the paper, the visa, capisha. I'm out like the papers. Who's the head slick macho, cool like Camacho?
I gotta start saying what a drug.
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy how you take a Biggie bar, bro. That's crazy how you gonna take a Biggie bar and try to. That's crazy. Come on, man.
Which one's the Biggie bar?
Yeah, man, nigga try to take it. I don't want to.
It's the boss. It's the boss acting like a. like a peasant. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. You know, sometimes you gotta be amongst. You know what I mean? You gotta blend in.
Comedy man is.
Comedy man's funny.
I don't know.
He's hilarious.
I gotta do this thing called work. I got a job. I gotta get to the gym and read a book.
You know,
it's great.
I love X. X is the only platform with porno.
I don't think I got a chance to finish my statement before River interrupted me.
Yeah, you said we heard you. You got a chance to battle, but you're not gonna take it.
Can I ask what?
Because she's not a hater, bruh. You gotta be a hater to be a battle rapper. I'm not a battle rapper. I'm a sniper.
Can I ask you? Hold on.
Wifey, are you high?
What wifey? Why do
I'm always high.
Why do you gotta be
Okay, I thought so.
battle rap? Why you gotta be a hater to be a battle rap?
No, I'm just talking shit because I feel like you have to be able to hate on someone to be able to sit there and give them some hits, right? I'm not like that. I don't think that way. And so for me, battle rapping is a little more difficult. I have to really think of some insults and shit like you know what I mean? Like I only insult people when I'm mad, so I can't just do it like for like battle rap type shit. I'm a lover, not a fighter. All my songs are about love for real.
You got something like that though?
No, I'm just saying for me, from my perspective. It doesn't mean that. That's why I said, do you guys think that you have to be a hater? That's why I asked y'all opinion. Because I see if you guys have a different opinion.
I think it depends, right, on.
I disagree with you.
Yeah, it's objective.
I don't think you gotta be a hater. You got certain motivations.
First and most
like certain battles, you got certain motivations. Some people you battle because you genuinely don't like them. And then when it comes to hate, then that right there is not right. But then you got a lot of situations which are they not when niggas want to battle you because they respect your pen and they want to challenge you. So it's not necessarily hate. It's, you know what I'm saying? I like what you do, my nigga. Let's get it in. Let's see who better.
It's part of the craft. Yeah. I get it. That's why I like to have discussions about this because, you know, I can have a perspective, but then other people's perspectives can always change our view on things. And, you know, that's why my perspective is never set on stone. I'm always debating and trying to figure out, you know, other things that I may not be privy to that may change my outlook, you know?
My morning Clubhouse podcast. Hope you enjoyed it.